Check the mic, we're going live. Stories told, they rise and dive. Topics fresh with every spin. You won't guess what's coming in. Every week a new surprise. Minds awake, never lies. Conversations bold and free. Tune in now, just wait and see. This podcast is uncalled for. Catch us here, there's so much more. Laughs and tales you can't ignore. A journey that will leave you floored. In the night or in the day, just press play, we're on our way. Voices sharp, opinions bright, talking through the day and night. Guests and hosts.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. Another great guest with me today. So go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, Mike. I'm Chris Eveland. I live in Ontario, Canada. Guitar player, traveling, touring, recording musician, and it's great to be here, man.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. So, fourth Canadian by my counts on my podcast, so that's pretty cool.
Okay. Right on.
And probably up there with musicians as well, because I've had a few musicians on as well, and
Nice.
yeah, always a good time. Always a good time. I especially like it when musicians can act too. So
Yeah.
because I'm a filmmaker as well. So
Right on.
yeah. So yeah, let's talk music a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, what instrument do you play? How long you been doing it? And
Sure, man. Yeah, I just recently turned 50, so I've been playing guitar as my main instrument. It's my passion for probably about 36 years now. Yeah, I started very young. My grandfather was a piano tuner, so I got to grow up kind of seeing him having all these pianos torn apart and tinkering on it. And as a very young, 4 or 5 year old, hearing all these notes coming out of it, it was very magical at the time. And it got me interested in music, and then just progressed into the guitar. And then I haven't put it down. I haven't stopped since. It's just been live shows and a lot of recording. I teach guitar as well. Yeah, it's just a passion that I have, and I love talking about it, love sharing about it, love meeting people all over the place with the touring and different musicians, and it's always a great time.
excellent. So with the guitar, who are your influences? Should I say? So what guitarists have you looked up to? So.
Sure, yeah. It changes now at this stage of the game, but in the beginning, it was Eddie Van Halen was the guy for a lot of us, right? For so many of us. But the main thing, I had one cassette, and that's the first cassette I had. My grandfather bought me. He went in 1986 and asked for the #1 selling album, and thank goodness it was 5150 that year, because that's what I got for my birthday, and that's the only tape I had. So I would flip it back and forth, and every time in the middle of a song, there would be this high squealing. I didn't know what it was at the time. I didn't even know it was a guitar. I was only 11, I think, or 12. And but I heard it and I got all emotional, and I reacted to his playing in a very, very cool way. So when I asked Granddad about it, he goes, "Oh, that's a guitar." And then I got into it, and then I started learning their stuff. And so Eddie was definitely the guy that made me want to go grab a guitar, made me want to learn. And then obviously that's creeping into 88, 89. So Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, Eric Johnson, all those monster players were in that time frame as well. Nuno Betancourt, John Petrucci from Dream Theater. Those are like my main, 4 or 5. Pete Lesperance from Harum Scarum. He's a Canadian guy, incredible player. All of those guys mixed in, but it was just in my constant rotation for sure.
Cool. Yeah. So it sounds like heavy rock influence, and
yeah, definitely started heavy rock. I didn't get into the really, really heavy stuff. Like, I think Van Halen was a party kind of melodic rock. I didn't even get into the really heavy stuff until later on. I definitely dove into it because there's some incredible players there. But also, like, it was a wide spectrum of playing that I enjoyed. But definitely the high energy rock and roll for sure was the most energy that I felt in the playing.
Good deal. Good deal.
Yeah.
Um, so, so you mentioned touring and performing live. Who are some of the musicians you've had the opportunity to perform with?
Yeah, yeah. So, like the tribute acts are kind of where it's at right now for like playing and performing. I wish I was hooked up with an original act, doing those tours
Hmm.
still. I lucked out a few years ago with a guy from my hometown, Aaron Walpole. He went on the Canadian Idol show. So it was the same year the American Idol. If you remember Chris Daughtry, Chris Daughtry got third place. Well, up here in Canada, Aaron Walpole got third place in Canada.
Awesome.
So things got busy with him, and we did some touring under some of the songs that he wrote, and some other things too. That was always fun traveling to different places. But I've been a guitar player in an Elvis tribute, a Roy Orbison tribute, and I'm
Hmm.
currently involved in a 10-piece ABBA tribute, which has been going for about 5 or 6 years, and it's been absolutely incredible. It's the widest age spectrum we've ever played for. Like, you see 5-year-olds there, they know the words to Mamma Mia, Dancing Queen, and then there's the 85, 95-year-olds there too. So it's a wide age spectrum. The theaters are full. They're great gigs. We've toured the West Coast, East Coast of Canada,
Hmm.
upstate New York. We're starting to get in the States now. We've got our P2 visas, so we're starting to travel down there and get some shows in. Hopefully we'll get to Kansas City, where you're at
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's a lot of fun, man.
Excellent. Excellent. So, yeah, ABBA. Yeah, that's interesting. A lot.
Yeah.
I would assume a lot of kids today wouldn't know who ABBA is, but
Fair,
apparently they
fair
do.
enough.
Right?
Fair
Yeah.
enough. And you know what it is? It's Mamma Mia movies.
Uh-huh.
So they're making the third one now. ABBA just released, if you can believe this, a brand new album like 2 or 3 years ago. It was their
Wow.
first album in like 30 years or something crazy.
Um, uh,
There's a lot of, it just keeps cycling, right? And there's a few ABBA tributes out there, but they all seem to do well.
mhm.
People show up, they have a good time, but it's a pretty fun show.
Yeah. One of my favorites. One of my favorite songs is "One Night in Bangkok" from the chess musical, and learning that's part of ABBA were responsible for writing that was interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
bars are
I,
temples, but the pearls ain't free. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I hear stuff like Wolfgang Van Halen. He just recorded released his new album called
Mhm.
The End. And I was just watching an interview with him, and he was saying like he picked up one of those massive boards, and it was commissioned to ABBA back in the 70s. It was one of the boards they recorded on. Now he's got that. He brought
Mhm.
it into to 5150 Studios. So you keep hearing them coming up here and there or whatever, but it's a great show. It's still going strong, so I'm
Yeah.
happy to be part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Good deal. Good
Yeah.
deal. Um, any thoughts on current acts, um, like the current stars that we all hear about? So, of course, being in Kansas City, one name that will come up quite a bit is Taylor Swift, and
Yeah. Yeah, you
that's
can't
a
watch a Chiefs game anymore without seeing her. Eh? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but like current acts, as far as I go, like I love like Dirty Honey. As far as like bands go, I don't know if you've heard of those guys. They're absolutely incredible. I'm more into like still like it's been a lifelong
Mhm.
thing, but instrumental guitarists. So guys like Andy Wood,
Mhm.
Guthrie Govan, Mateus Asado, all these guys that are just kind of out there doing their own thing instrumentally. As far as the pop goes, I do hear a lot of the new stuff because a lot of the students are, Swifty fans and they want to
Right.
learn the stuff. And you know what? Like I don't knock it, man. Like a lot of that, they're world class musicians that are recording those songs in the
Hmm.
studio. So when you hear it, it's really well written. It's really well produced. The playing is incredible.
Yeah.
But I don't drive around listening to a lot of the newer
Right.
pop stuff
Yeah.
at all, right? But
And specific to Taylor, that is something I've heard about her is that she is an incredible songwriter and all
yeah,
that. So,
yeah, yeah. Nothing negative to say for sure.
mhm. The fact that she and Travis are just a couple miles from me, that just blows my mind sometimes too. So,
Yeah. Are you a Chiefs fan out there too?
uh, I am not a Chiefs fan, but I do listen to Travis's podcast. My team was St. Louis,
Okay.
and then they got light out of town 10 years ago, and
Yeah. Back in the
Still,
Kurt Warner days and the Marshall
yeah.
Falk and all that stuff.
I actually got a chance to meet Kurt Warner once, right after that
Oh,
Super Bowl.
sick. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There was a, sports collectible show out south here, and he and a couple of other Rams players from that year were signing autographs. And while he was signing my autograph, the guy in front of me was struggling with his stuff. So Kurt's signing the autograph for me, and I get up, the autograph's up. Hey, thanks, Kurt. Just got to shake the man's hand, and
Yeah.
that's it. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty
That
cool.
is cool, yeah. I'm a diehard Saints fan, man. New Orleans is one of my favorite cities, and
All right.
I just love that team and grew up loving them since high school. So,
Mm-hmm.
not the best year this year.
No, no. Yes, yeah. Speaking of the Saints, since you mentioned them, are you familiar with the name Henry Childs at all?
Oh,
Yeah, he was a tight end for the Saints. Well, he's since passed, of course, but he was a tight
shoot.
end for the Saints during Archie's time there.
Oh, back in the 70s. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Uh, Henry Childs, his son Henri, and I were actually high school teammates playing football. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool, man.
yeah.
Yeah,
Henri is the only one from our team that went pro, and
yeah.
it didn't last too long as a pro. So
Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh, wicked.
yeah, he actually played in Canada for a bit, I think, with Saskatchewan.
Oh, in the CFL, right on.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool, man.
so that's a pretty cool. But yeah, Travis, yeah, that's a great podcast to listen to. The New Heights and
I'll check it
on
out.
that.
I didn't know he had one. Is it with his brother too? Because those
Yeah,
guys got a great,
yeah,
yeah, they've got a great energy
that's
together.
with his brother. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, trying to think some other bands. Some of the musicians I've had on.
Yeah.
There was a band when I was in high school and shortly after in college, it was called the initial name was Thulium. They later became Anything But Joey. They were locally famous, and they're all friends of mine. So
Okay.
one of whom I've had on the podcast. So
Anything But Joey. That's a cool name. I like that.
yeah, and they started as a cover band as well. They
Yeah.
did a lot of Weezer covers
Okay.
and all that, and then started doing their own music. I think "Girl Roommates" is probably one of their better known songs. I think "Marcy 2" is actually their signature song.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where do they go by now? I'll check them out. when
They
we're
are
done here.
so you can still check them Anything But Joey.
Okay.
But they disbanded quite a while ago and
Yeah, yeah.
just leaving
Yeah.
normal lives and
It
stuff.
happens. Yeah,
It
yeah.
happens. Yeah, their drummer has been on my podcasts. This is a guy I've known since I was 8. You know,
Well,
that's
yeah.
a long time. And their guitarists, a guy by the name of Brian Chesson, a couple of years ago. My day job is I teach chess to kids, and this one particular club, I happened to have Brian's son as one of my students. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's pretty cool. And and to his credit, the kids does play pretty decent chess. So yeah.
My son's he kills me on it, man. Years ago we got one of those apps that you can play back and forth no matter where you are, right? So if we were a couple hours away, he would, and man, like at a young age, he would just wipe the, like he just cleaned the board on me, man. I'm like, what? Like in 6 moves, he just have it done, and I'm like, good for him. But he has that vision, right? Like I guess
Well, you gotta know. Well, to avoid that in 6 moves, you gotta know what to look for and everything. So
yeah.
and that's one of the things I do teach is how to prevent a 4 move or 6 move checkmate. So yeah.
Yeah, as a dad with kids, right? Like you want to early on in life, like you let them win a lot of things, right? Because they feel so good about it. But I'm telling you, I would put everything into it, and he's still to this day. He just turned 24 last week, and man, not saying I'm not a great chess player at all, but he gets it done quickly.
Yeah. Cool. Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. Yeah. And because of my chess work, I've had the opportunity to meet and be in the same room as a few grandmasters. So,
Cool. Very
yeah.
cool.
Like, yeah, a couple of years ago, Gary Kasparov. Yeah.
Sorry, man, I'm not well versed in the chess, but I imagine
He's the
it's
one that, yeah. Yeah, Kasparov was the one that played Deep Blue back in the 80s. And,
okay.
yeah, so he was one
Right
of the
on.
first to play a computer. And
Gotcha.
nowadays, chess computers are pretty prevalent. We call them chess engines now. And yeah, yeah, you have to have special rules to make sure that people aren't using them to cheat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, cool. Um, so back to music for a sec. Do you have a website that people can check out your music or?
Yeah, I mean, just the Facebook. It's Chris Eveland Music on Facebook, or if they want to, all the streaming platforms. I have some original music out there too, Spotify, Apple, all that stuff. Just under Chris Eveland. I'm also in an acoustic writing partnership with one of my best friends, John Millis. It's called Rail City Route. We've got a couple songs that we've put up there as well. But if you go to Chris Eveland, you'll start there, and then you'll see a bunch of the albums that I've recorded on, and some of the things I've got to do. And yeah, it's all there.
Cool. Yeah, everyone check that out. And it's cool. Yeah. Well, I got plenty of time left. Is there anything else we wanted to discuss today or?
Man, you know what? Just wrapping up. Today's our last show with the Abbott tribute. We're playing in Ottawa at Algonquin Commons. It's a sold out show. It's a beautiful little, I shouldn't say little, it's an 800-seat theater. But it's a beautiful venue. The band's put a lot of work putting the stage together for the Christmas, the decorations, and Santa's coming out and everything. So tonight's the last gig of the year, actually. And then we're taking a little. January's always a little bit slower for live music, right? As you know, so we get a little bit of a break, and everyone's looking forward to that. We've had a great year. But there's lots of music coming out as well. As far as the original stuff goes, there's some new songs coming out with Rail City Route. There's new songs of mine coming out as well. So just loving life and following the passion and enjoying stuff, man.
All right, sounds good. And with that, Chris, thanks for coming on the podcast. And
Thanks for having me, man.
yeah, and everyone check out Chris's work, ChrisEveland.com, right?
Chris Eveland Music on Facebook. Yeah,
Chris
perfect.
Eveland Music on Facebook. All right. Well, thank you all for listening, and we will talk again soon. This podcast is Uncalled For, is hosted, produced, and edited by myself, Mike Chernevsky. Our opening music is This Podcast is Uncalled For theme, created at suno.com, suno.com. And our outro music for this episode is Feral Angel Waltz by Kevin MacLeod at incompetech.com. Licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license.
Please support the podcast and purchase our exclusive Uncalled For merchandise. T-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, stickers, and so much more. Go to www.cafepress.com/uncalledforpod. Thank you so much for listening. We will see you next time.